Hi everyone, welcome back to this round 3 of our community game number 2. So let's jump on back to round 2. Let's have a look what Germany are up to. So again, fairly standard, 4 tanks, 2 infantry, 3 artillery. Just thinking about more of a conservative player, I suppose. I'd normally still be going for tanks, I think. He's also moved out of Karelia, which was interesting. So I think the plan for me now in round 3 is going to be to try and push out and take Karelia to try and put a bit of pressure on. Obviously we're gaining some ground here. We've kept the Ukraine as well, which is good for us. That's an extra bit of IPC in my pocket for, you know, this turn, round 3. So yeah, it's he's still obviously very strong. I've got to be really careful about this army in Belarusia. I've got to try and keep tabs on it. So normally I'd be building more infantry, less artillery at this point, especially given the bad start. But I think with the combined assistance from Poser Carpet, I think we've held West Russia nicely, so I can afford to keep building artilleries and keep the pressure on. So I think we are coming down hard now in Germany. We want to try and take away all the IPC we can. Yeah, it's looking good. So Poser Carpet purchases, carrier transport, obviously prepping for the moves against Germany. Japan. Now there's a bit of an escalation war going on in the Pacific right now between Japan and the US. So again, Japan's trying to match the US. Obviously the US as well. All aggressive purchases. The nice thing about this for us, obviously, is because of the fleet at the moment, they're fairly even. I think it's going to be tricky if one of us moves out to actually gain the advantage because we are pretty evenly matched. But the nice thing is that India's obviously a lot safer, given the fact this escalation is going on right now. Because the actual, if you look at the IPC, the economy for Japan and America is pretty much even. So Japan has to be putting all its IPC into, obviously, water units. Sorry, Jubal Early has to be putting all his IPC back into water to try and match this US fleet, because we are pressuring. And that's all IPC that's obviously not going into taking India. India now is looking pretty, yeah, it's locked down tight, and there's 2 fighters, got lots of infantry, artillery, more troops available. We've dealt with all the German troops in Africa, so this is all clean now. There's no transports to reinforce, so actually Africa is pretty safe. The only danger would be transports coming out, but I think that might be a little bit ambitious for Japan, given the fact that obviously this is coming in soon, with threats against Borneo, the Philippines. So I think all this, you'd have to obviously protect the transport as well, given the fact we've got fighters about, so you'd have to send a sort of a convoy down there to try and take out something in Africa. So I think that would be too risky. So for me, I think Africa now is very secure. Germany's obviously nowhere near getting down there. Japan has got other concerns. So I think we're tying them up quite nicely, I'd say, so far. It's a good thing for us now, the escalation in Pacific. It's going to keep the Japanese player tied up while we then sort of work on things over in Germany. Again, it's looking decent in Germany. We've taken out Norway and Finland. So that's valuable IPC that's not going to Germany. They'll obviously have all their African territories wrapped up very quickly. So now Germany's economy is shrinking pretty rapidly. Obviously we're going to be taking Karelia, I hope, this turn, round 3. So we're going to start squeezing the German player. It's looking good though, looking good. So, for us then, let's have a look. 20 IPC to spend. So 27, sorry. So we're going to try and obviously max out as much as we can. I'll save the 3 IPC, I'll bank that actually. And we'll go for still a heavy artillery build. Because of the way it's playing out, I want to be able to pressure Germany still, so. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Now, we did have some discussion about this attack coming up. Now, we worked out the odds, and I checked on my calculator actually. It's going to be, if I attack with 3 infantry, 1 artillery, 2 planes against these 3 infantry, 1 tank, the odds are pretty good. I think it was around 95%-ish. It's risky though, because obviously we want to take this turn. If I don't take it, then Germany is going to obviously have a chance to reinforce Karelia, which we don't want. So I want to take this away now. So I don't necessarily need to attack with this few troops, but I think 95 was convincing enough. I trust the calculator, so I'm going to go for it. But Poser Carpet did warn me. I will mention that. We've been talking about this in Discord. He has permission to tell me that he told me so if I fail this attack. So yeah, hopefully we don't fail. Hopefully luck's on our side. So combat move, we're going to throw in that. So we've got 1 infantry, so we're going to throw in 2 more and plus an artillery. We'll get our fighters going in as well, so that should be good. No more attacks for us this round. It's just going to be that, so let's do this. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we take it cleanly. Okay, bad. Good hit there though. Solid hits from the planes there, that's good. Yeah, it's ours. Very nice, very nice. Okay, awesome. So we're going to retreat to the Caucasus now. Obviously, because this army is pretty dangerous right now, so I can't face it alone in West Russia now. So we're going to pull back. Obviously, 1 infantry in West Russia to avoid a blitz to Russia, and we're going to also reinforce. Oh, hang on, I forgot to do this. So we're leaving a very sizable force in the Caucasus now. So if there is a move south, if he plans to go for the Caucasus, we'll have a force, a very substantial one, waiting for him in there, obviously, in there. So taking that's not going to be practical. We're also just shoring up our backside as well, through Kazakh and Novosibirsk. No, I'll just call it Novo. Obviously the Japanese are pressuring slightly, so I want to just try and secure this as much as I can. But yeah, that looks good to me. I think we've done our job. Karelia is under control, for now at least. I think Germany more likely will go back and take that, I think, given obviously they've got tanks and planes in range. So they'll to sweep back in here fairly convincingly. Because Germany needs some kind of complex closer to Russia. Caucasus is going to be harder for them to take. It's easier to control Karelia, so obviously that doesn't have a direct line to Russia. So Karelia is probably going to be the target now for all these troops nearby, as well as obviously taking Ukraine back. But no, it's looking okay. Russia's still very much in the game, which is good. Attack power, we're very even so far, which is also good. And Germany's economy is getting squeezed already. 33 is pretty low for the German player. Obviously, they're almost at the same level as Britain now, so that's great for us. Obviously, the less IPC they have, the better, because they're going to be, they'll start bleeding. As we apply the pressure, they'll start, you know, it's going to really pay effect. Give Russia a chance to actually get in the game a bit more. So, yeah, it's looking good. I think our strategies are sound. I think we've got a good game plan moving forward, so I think we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. I think we should be okay. Japan's, yeah, I think we're just going to be careful not to take any risky engagements with the fleet, because obviously if we lose the fight with Japan, it's going to immediately free up their IPC to go back against India and Russia, so keeping their attention diverted away is going to be, I think, a critical factor in the game. But no, it's really good. Yeah, it's going well so far. Hi everyone, welcome back to round 4. So, round 3, just a quick recap of what's happened. Round 3 was actually very interesting. There was a lot going on. We also had the potential, there was a chance we could have won the game in round 3. But I think Jubal Early spotted the danger and defended. It was something to do with Philippines. We could have taken the Philippines, Italy, France, and we would have had enough, and there would have been no chance of a recapture, as it would have been America that did the capturing, but well defended from Japan. But let's just have a quick look back at Germany's move. So, Germany 6 tanks, 1 infantry. He's also gone for an attack into West Russia, which was interesting, because I think the odds now, given what we've got around into Karelia in Russia and the Caucasus, I'm going to go for an attack this round and try and wipe out this army. Because if we can kill this, then I think Germany's probably dead. There's just too much pressure from all sides, really. If this goes, then that's going to be the final push against Russia, because there's not enough to then also, you know, take back everything around here and also pressure Russia. So he may get the Caucasus if we lose this fight, or, you know, possibly more. But if we win this fight, I think it's probably going to be game over. Probably. That's going to be the plan for me, anyway, in the beginning of round 4. But anyway, so round 3, Britain. Pose a carpet, so 1 destroyer, 3 infantry, artillery and tanks. Yeah, I think he's just prepping for... India's very solid, which is good for us. I think the pressure from the from THJ is obviously keeping the Japanese occupied, which they can't really spend on land. I think ideally they'd probably like to get a few. These transports would like to move down. He's like to probably put a complex maybe in Manchuria or something to pressure India, because this now is very secure. There's not enough obviously land troops nearby. He can't pull the aircraft away because he needs them to defend against the fleet. Obviously, THJ's got a big fleet massing now. We've got 2 battleships, 6 fighters, so the fighters here need to be available to defend. So it's quite nice drawing the attention away from India. So this is going to be secure. In terms of economy as well, Germany is really getting, stretched thin now. 24 IPC, given the fact he's lost all this this turn, or last turn rather. So it's getting very, very dicey, I think. If this falls, then it should be game, I think. It's probably what's going to happen. So yeah, Britain's just done a few nice moves, capturing a few bits and bobs. It was a nice coordination between Poser Carpet and THJ, capturing various things around the area, all in one go, in one round, so it's going to hurt Germany, obviously, quite big for next round. And also boost our economy quite nicely as well. Obviously, they jumped up 39 for Britain now, obviously with the capturing of Italy and northwestern Europe. 46 for the US as well, with France. It won't last, but it's going to be a nice bonus for one round. So yeah, pretty good, pretty good. So Japan purchases 2 artillery, 2 fighters. So he's prepping for a move, I think, probably down to India to try and obviously drop some troops off. Again, the fighters he needs nearby, so that these may be additional fighters to try and help out in the fight down here, or he might just be prepping them for a carrier next round. But yeah, it's going to be a bit of an escalation war, but that's good for us, obviously, because we're going to be we're diverting attention away. So another big attack from THJ. More aggressive purchases. Obviously, we're still escalating over here. Bombing Germany, and also we landed in France. So it's a big attack. Yeah, so the fleet originally was in the Solomon Islands. So if Jubal Early didn't defend the Philippines, we would have been able to just waltz in. That would have been a game, but it was well spotted. So yeah, it's game on for now. But yeah, let's get cracking. So I think 4 and 4 still. We're sticking with the same combination. The odds, I think, on this, I forget what I actually found out. The odds are pretty good though. It's, I think, over 80% we win this fight. So yeah, this is going to be possibly the game changer if we can take this fight. So everything in, we're throwing the whole lot in. Everything in the kitchen sink, going for it. So fingers crossed we can win this one. If this falls, it could be it. So this is a key battle. We need those 2 rolls, need those 2s. Anything else I can do? I think that's probably pretty much it. We've also prepped just in case we fail the attack, if it goes badly. Poser Carpet's put 5 fighters into Russia just in case it does go bad, and I can obviously pull some things back and reinforce with a few bits, so it's, we've got a bit of defense if it does go against us, but hopefully it's going to be okay. So let's do it. The big attack, West Russia. Come on lads, this is your chance. Okay, not great. Hopefully not too many hits here. 7, pretty bad. Okay, but we're going to be hitting the tanks now, which is good. Okay, still not great. Oops. 5 here. Okay, still fairly even. I'm going to keep pressing forward. 7, very good attacks there. Very good. And I think the odds now, obviously, are very good for us. And it's dead. Wow, okay, awesome. Huge battle, huge battle. 105 IPC worth of troops gone. West Russia captured. Which means we can hopefully, I think we may have to... I'm just thinking what we actually stack now. Do we stack the Caucasus and trying to hold? I think honestly these fighters might be tied up elsewhere. I think I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try and hold it. Because these fighters would probably like to be attacking, supporting the troops on the ground, taking back these 3 areas. I don't think I mean, he could try and take the Caucasus, but even if he does, we're going to be able to counter-attack and finish him off. So I think we go for this. Yeah, we would try and defend. We'll make him work for it if he just tries to take it, and if he does, we can just finish him off anyway. So yeah, that's looking very good for us. Very good. Just double check I've not missed anything. I think that was everything. Okay, so mobilize. 2 and 2. I think what I'll actually do, I will put something into Karelia as well, just not to give away a free area. So 1 and 1. There we go. That's about as even as I can make it. So we're defending Caucasus. Karelia's got something in it, so don't give it away for free. Russia's got something in it as well. We may have to... Realise I've just made a mistake in... I didn't defend this, but that's... There wasn't really an option to do that anyway. Also, I should have moved an artillery over here. That was a mistake as well. Sorry, anti-air. I should have moved the anti-air into West Russia. 1 and 1, but that's alright. It shouldn't matter too much. I think that was a killer blow, I think, for Germany there. 57 left, but they've got their hands full now with various things going on, so it's looking fairly good. Russia's still I just thought I'd missed the blitz here, but actually it's Russia's completely safe. There's enough fighters in there to deal with that. We may lose a few provinces, but I can always retake them. Yeah, pretty good. So I think we're definitely in good shape now. Obviously, I'll be rebuilding my forces now. We've lost a lot there, but that was worth it. So slowly rebuilding, and I'm going to probably try and start pushing back against Japan now, because Germany's probably going to head back towards Germany, or Berlin. Sorry, that makes more sense to say. Because they need to prioritise obviously the capital. They don't really have the resources to push against Russia now, particularly with what I've got in the area. West Russia is still fairly strong. The Caucasus is still fairly strong, so they can't push back against too much here. So I think probably all hands back to Berlin, which will give me a chance to obviously shore up possibly Belarus and Ukraine, whilst also pushing back against Japan. So yeah, it's looking fairly good. Fairly good. So the final victory city could actually be Berlin, very possibly. India don't see falling anytime soon. Russia as well is safe. We have Karelia now, that should probably remain under our control. So yeah, Berlin could be the one. I think it's more likely it's going to be Berlin than the Philippines, given obviously there is a huge Japanese fleet out here, which is going to be difficult to actually finally break down. So I think it's more likely going to be a stalemate to the end in the Pacific, while we slowly finish off the Germans in Berlin. But yeah, it's going well. I think it's going really well. I think it's been some nice coordination from the team. So yeah, I think we're hanging in there, stepping up the pressure now as well. There we go. Anyway, that's round. Well, the beginning of round 4. Good start. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in round 5.